Ang pagyaman ay simple ngunit hindi madali. Ang pagyaman ay hindi tsambahan. Ito ay napag-aaralan. Game, halika na sa Piecast! Pero yan pag-usapan natin yan. Heto na ang dalawang J, si J at LJ.
Good evening!
Good evening, good evening. Talaga
Kamusta?
naman.
Good
Happy
evening sa
Saturday.
lahat ng nanonood. Tama, happy Saturday. And again, welcome sa episode 9 ng Piecast. Pero yan pag-usapan natin yan. Yon. Kamusta?
Galing ngayon, naka 9 weeks na tayo.
Oo nga.
Naka 9 weeks. Pasok. Kamusta? Anong balita? Ito, actually, dami nangyayari pero may milestone ako, LJ. May milestone
Uy.
kami.
Ano
pamilya.
yan?
Maganda to. Kasi, meron kami major loan noon. Isa sa mga major loans namin, fully paid. So, ngayon may pangdagdag kami sa mga investments namin.
Ayos. So, wala na, kumbaga, bawas sa binabayaran na utang, ganyan.
Oo, di ba? Bawas.
Yun.
And pandagdag sa building wealth. So,
Yun.
another, di ba? Sabi ko, ito, getting closer sa plans namin. So, yun, milestone lang. Wanted to share. Kasi, di ba, we talk about nga yung mga previous episodes natin, mga gusto nating gawin. So, yun lang. Happy lang about
Progress.
That. And then,
Oo nga.
Progress. Pinag-usapan natin yan. Ikaw, ano nangyayari? Ano pinagkaabalahan mo?
Ngayon, medyo, dahil may transition uli sa trabaho, wala uling sweldo. Okay. Right now, again, so thankfully, merong mga reserve. So, hindi tayo nangungutang. And yun nga lang, medyo hindi muna ako nagsha-shopping sa stock market. Inaantay ko pa dumating yung sweldo, no? Pagdating noon, tsaka mamimili ulit para siguradong meron tayong pambili. Yan.
Oo. Pero galing, di ba? Sabi mo, ready pa rin, di ba?
Oo, kailangan laging may reserve. Oo, yun. Kamusta kaya yung ating mga kasama, no? Kamusta kaya ang mga developments, no, sa kanilang mga buhay, no? Kamusta sa inyo, mga kaibigan? Kamusta? Nagsisimula na ba kayo mag-invest sa stock market? Dahan-dahan na bang nauubos yung inyong mga kautangan? Tulad ni Jay, nabawasan na yung di ba, binabayaran na loan, no? And emergency fund.
Meron na ba?
Tayo ba meron ng emergency fund? No, kamusta, di ba? So Jay, paalala mo lang yung ating watch parties.
So just a reminder lang again sa mga kaibigan natin, sa mga friends natin, families na nanonood. So reminder about watch parties, okay 'yon, pero we recommend that you follow us directly sa link namin sa Facebook. And kasi pag may comments or questions, again, we can't see it if it's not posted directly sa video or sa streaming namin. So again, please, if you have any comments or any, just follow us sa FB or YouTube para masagot namin, mabasa namin, we acknowledge, and then we could definitely answer your questions during the show. All right.
Excited na ako dito sa episode natin na to. Grabe. Kaya yung mga nanonood dyan, may paalala ako sa inyo, napaka-importante. Siguraduhin nyo, nilike nyo yung page namin at i-share nyo itong link na to. Be sure that you like our page and share this link on your timeline and make sure na public. Kasi para makita namin, baka mamaya hindi naman tayo friends, di ba? So, hindi namin makikita kung shinare nyo talaga itong post na to. Okay? And you will win. Mamaya sasabihin namin yung premyo. Okay? So, may chance kayo manalo kapag ginawa nyo yung like, share, and you have a chance to win. Alright.
Exciting.
Exciting to. Kasi, ay nako, grabe. Excited na ako sa guest natin eh. Oo. Papakilala ko na, Jay, ha?
Oo, sige, go.
Alright. So, itong special guest natin ngayon, no? Dati siyang nasa brand marketing ng pharma industry. No? Halos buong career niya nasa pharma siya. Tapos lumipat sa events at sa business consultancy projects. Pero ngayon, isa na siyang baker entrepreneur. No? Sobrang sarap ng cookies niya. No? Alamin natin ang kwento niya at paghugutan natin ng inspirasyon. Welcome natin the woman behind Celinda's Kitchen and Chunx Cookies, She Soliman.
Hi
Yun.
everyone. Good evening.
Welcome, She.
Good evening.
Thank you.
Welcome,
Good
welcome.
evening.
To the show to all the viewers of your show.
Yan. Welcome sa podcast.
Welcome,
She.
welcome.
Thank you for
Oo.
having me. Thank you for inviting
Oo.
me.
Salamat din at pinaunlakan mo ang aming imbitasyon, di ba? Pinagbigyan mo kami. Alam namin, busy-busy ka dyan sa mga masasarap mong cookies. Pero binigyan mo kami ng time para may share ang iyong kwento sa mga ating nanonood. No?
Oo nga.
Anytime, anytime. I think
Yes.
maganda yung inyong objective sa podcast. So it also inspired me and motivated me to
Wow.
share.
Nice.
Ayos. Nice.
That's good, that's good. Pero bago na simulan, I guess, LJ, gusto ko malaman, no? Paano ba natin, ano bang connection natin kay She?
Kwento ko lang kasi
paano ba natin na-invite si She?
paano ba nakilala si She? Yan.
Oo.
Kasi dati kami, medyo bata-bata pa kami, magkakasama kami niyan sa bata-bata. Hindi mahalata na may na kami, no, na matagal na 'yon. Pero basta nung mga years ago, magkakasama kami niyan sa sa Singles for Christ. Yan.
Okay.
Yung mga single pa kami noon.
Medyo parang kailan lang ngayon, 'di ba?
Ay, oo nga, tama mga.
Parang last year lang, ano?
parang last year na. So yun, gano'n, no. Medyo matagal din kami nagsama-sama doon. Tapos, yun siyempre, the friendship continued. At ito, siyempre, iba na rin yung mga nangyayari ngayon. At natutuwa kami, no, yung mga development sa ating mga career, business, no. So katulad nga ni She, grabe, parang hindi ko yata na na witness nung SFC na nagko-cookies ka, no? Nagluto ka ba? Nag-bake ka ba noon before?
I think nung magkakasama tayo, that was really my younger years. Yes, I started baking in high school, and then I really love to cook. Siguro, but nung time na yun, there was no opportunity for me to showcase my specialty. I think yung mga ka-household ko dati, yun, I think, if I'm
baka
not
sila,
yes,
nakatikim ng luto mo. Yun.
Okay.
Okay. Sige. So, natin to. Ready ka na ba, She? Huwag kang mag-alala. Hindi naman mahihirap yung mga tanong.
Kwentuhan lang.
Oo.
Sure.
Simulan natin. Itong business mo is Chunx Cookies, no? So, could you tell us the backstory? Paano ba nagsimula itong pagbuo mo ng Chunx Cookies?
So, as I mentioned earlier, I started baking when I was in high school. So, medyo mahilig talaga ako magluto. No, I love cooking for my family. So, when I was young, I would cook for my sister, my brother. And then I started baking in high school. So, I was baking cakes, ganyan. And then cookies, I started baking cookies in high school. And then I think growing, as the years went by, I was able to hone my skills. So, yung recipe ko for this, for the Chunx cookies, I actually first perfected it in 2013. But I was just making it for my family. So, you
Okay.
know, my husband who has hindi sweet tooth sweet teeth. So, masyadong mahilig sa
Talagang mahilig, oo. Ako rin eh.
So, so sobrang favorite niya yung cookies. And then later on, you know, my friends tried my cookies. So parang naging staple siya pag, you know, when we have gatherings, like we would go out of town, ganon. So I have a lot of other specialties. But these
Yun.
cookies, ano, parang for me, cooking or baking is a way to de-stress, relax. So, in a kind of weird way, for example, no, parang I remember if it was a hectic week, tapos Friday, tapos walang gimmick. So, what I would do is, you know, when I get home at around 9 o'clock, ganyan, I would bake cookies. Tapos matatapos ako mga 12, mga almost
Wow.
12. And I find that
Oh.
relaxing. So I think iba-iba talaga yung ano. Some
Oo.
people naman would just want music, ganyan, or spa, ganyan. For me, medyo therapy. I find baking and cooking therapeutic. So nakaka-relax for me. That's why even if it's really a busy weekend at work for me, a lot of times in the weekend masasarap yung ulam namin because I find
Wow.
it therapeutic.
Sarap.
So, this started, ito lang, nung, So, I never sold my cookies to anyone. Like, I would just give it to friends during Christmas.
Oo.
Or, yun
Okay.
nga, if we have gatherings, like, I would just bring them, bake them ahead of time so I can bring it to the gathering. And then just really give it away. So, this pandemic, nabanggit mo nga kanina, di ba, na, you know, recently what I was doing is events. So because of the pandemic,
Oo.
wala talagang zero events, no?
Oo, malaki ang tama sa events na industry eh. So,
Oo.
Correct. A lot of people, 'di ba, parang naapektuhan talaga ng pandemic na 'to. So I wasn't really doing anything. Tapos hindi mo alam kailan ba 'to matatapos. Yung lockdown, ganon. So I think in the first wave of the during ECQ, I started baking again kasi yung my family requested na, oh mommy, bake ka naman ng cookies, ganyan. So nag-bake ako. And then parang after another 2 or 3 weeks, they requested again. And then my husband has been really pushing me to sell what I cook. Kasi parang lahat ng niluluto ko nasasarapan siya. But I think that's true for a lot of husbands naman, di ba?
Oo.
So, at first, I didn't want to sell kasi parang, and during the past few years, he was really pushing me to sell what I cook. But parang for me, how can I put value in the labor and the work that I put in? Medyo yun yung mahirap na aspeto. But yun nga, kasi wala namang ginagawa during the start of the pandemic. So, I started selling my cookies in the community. So, first here in the village lang, in our village. So, we had a Viber group. So, that's where I started selling. And then, eventually, may Facebook group na community dito sa nearby villages. So, I posted there. So, yun. That's where I started selling my cookies.
Kumbaga parang, sige, test natin sa mga kakilala, ganyan.
Oo.
Sa mga hanggang sa lumaki na lumaki.
Yes. And then, you know, but it's really encouraging to have good feedback from customers who tasted your product. So, that really encouraged me to continue. So, ngayon, to be honest, all my customers, let's say in the last few weeks, I don't really know them. Parang siguro 95% of my customers, I don't really know them. So, parang recommended ng nakatikim or something like that. And then in the community, you know, those who've tried my cookies.
Amazing.
So,
galing.
slowly nag-spread na yung word, yung no? Yung news about your I guess your product eh. So, talagang doon
Iba talaga pagka masarap.
Thank you.
Yun nga daw eh.
Talagang
Talaga eh.
Ako subok ko na eh.
Yes.
So, ako
Oo.
paparating pa lang, ha?
Oo, soon,
Oo.
soon.
Alright. O sige, bago tayo tumuloy dun sa next question, no? Merong mga bumabati sa'yo, She. Mga gusto
Oh.
magpa-shoutout. Marami kang fans.
Hello. Meron ba?
Ayan. Si Ana Maria San Martin.
Hello.
Oh, ayan. Good
Ah.
evening. Shout
Good evening,
out.
Ana.
Out.
Si Angie Soliman.
Oh, si
Fe de
Tita Ana
Castro.
pala yun. Uy, Hi,
Yeah.
Fe. Hi, Tita Angie, Tita Ana.
Super yummy cookies ni She. Yun, yan, sabi,
Wow,
family's
thank you.
favorite. Si Cecilia Reyes, sabi, inspiring.
Hello, Tita Alma, Thank you.
Bati-bati. Yan.
Oo nga.
Meron pa ba tayo? Baka may na-miss out tayo dyan na hindi na shout out. Okay
Yeah,
na.
I think that's it.
Oo. Okay.
So I guess follow up lang siya dun sa sa question ni LJ, di ba? Yung backstory. Now, laging tinatanong to start or not to start yung ano bang mga struggles sa pagsisimula or challenges of establishing tong business mo? Ano bang mga na-experience mo and how did you overcome those challenges?
Yung first of all, to start or not to start. So as I mentioned earlier, my husband has been really pushing me to to sell whatever I cook, no? Parang meron pa ako ibang mga specialties that has been really encouraging me and pushing me to sell or start a catering business on the side while I was still in the pharma industry. I think the first what do you call that, consideration really is putting value on your effort. In my case, parang it's always a labor of love because I find it therapeutic. So whatever I create, and a lot of my specialties, let's say for these cookies, let's say I've tried 10 different batches before I arrived at the perfect consistency for me. So parang it's kind of hard to put value to that. And then there was a time I was computing before I started, no, kasi syempre you need pricing, and I think that's one of the most important considerations for anyone who would like to start selling something. It's your pricing. You can't just kasi ito yung price ni ganito, maybe this is what I can sell it at this price also. So I think it helped me having a huge background in marketing and doing a lot of business plans. It really helped me start the foundation of the business, which is pricing. So parang at sa start, I was kind of hesitant. Is this really what I want or how much I would like to sell my cookies? Parang will I be compensated? Parang ito lang. Ganon. So, it's really mindset. Yung kalaban to start or not to start. And then, once I came up with a structured pricing and, I feel happy about it. It's not, parang if you look at per piece, it's not really much. But once I decided once I decided that this is the price that I want to sell my cookies at, wala na. I never looked back. And then, parang, sige na, lahat ganun na. And then, I never looked back. And then, I just baked and baked and baked. So,
Yun. Nagtuloy-tuloy na. No?
I think another thing is, where do you start selling? So, I think this pandemic if there's one thing, no, for me that I feel this pandemic has brought to us is the closeness. I mean, like for example, LJ, I haven't seen LJ in a very long time, but look at us right now, diba? And then it's very easy to connect to each other because there's Zoom, Facebook groups, and then exposure lahat. There's a lot of communication platforms that you can actually utilize. So it's really an opportune time for a lot of entrepreneurs right now to start, because there's a lot of platforms where you can start selling your product. Unlike before,
Mm.
Mm.
would you go house to house, or you have to have a
Mm.
physical
Oo,
store, di ba?
oo.
Oo nga, no? May ano rin eh. Iba rin talaga ang technology. Oo.
Yes. So ngayon, parang everything is delivered. So I think it really gave me also an opportunity to, to really start selling. And then wala ka
Mm.
namang ginagawa sa house. So, and during
Mm.
that time, it was ECQ, di ba? So it was really
Mm.
Mm.
strict. So yun yung ano, I think yun yung the silver lining in all of this.
Mm.
Mm. Yung pagpepresyo, Len, ang tawag dito, ano yun? May kailangan bang kursong i-enroll na o ano? O basta nag-ano ka lang, tiningnan-tingnan mo lang, medyo timbang-timbang, compare, tapos ano bang ano ba, paano nagpepresyo ng ganyan?
Tsaka may additional ako doon na question. Hindi lang yung sa ano,
Hmm.
yung sa presyo na yun eh. Kasi na-mention mo yung labor part. So, paano mo
Oo.
na-incorporate yun dun sa effort mo? I mean, yung effort mo at saka dun sa pricing na sinasabi, yung tinatanong ni LJ. Medyo
Mm.
dun na, interest, di ba pag bagong negosyo, parang yun nga eh. Yun yung isa sa mga mahirap na ano eh.
Yeah. So
So, ano naging process doon?
first of all, yung may course ba? I think there are. For
Mm.
me, fortunately enough, I acquired this in my experience at work. But
Mm.
I think there's basic principles din naman that you can apply. Let's say, pwede mo tignan yung presyo ng existing products in the market na kagaya mo.
Mga
And
kalaban
then,
mo, oo.
yes, I think the basic thing is to know your cost. Ano ba yung mga gagamitin mo in this
Mm.
product? What are your costs? And then, ang mahirap talagang presyohan, no? Gaya ng, ano nga na minention mo, Jay, is yung labor. Kasi parang, especially if you're used to earning, let's say, the corporate world na ganito
Mm.
yung
Mm.
sweldo mo na-receive mo in a month, di ba? So, and
Mm.
then if you're starting, syempre yung kino-compute mo medyo small quantities pa lang. So, I think
Mhm.
the important thing is also to look longer term na, okay, this is what I'll be compensated for this time. But eventually, if, down the road, along the line, if this will become big, then this is how much I will earn. For example, in retail, di ba, parang ang minimum for retail, I mean to say, retail when you acquire a product and then resell it, I think the going rate is 20 to 30%.
Mhm.
Pero wala ka doon eh. You just, buy a product and then resell it. So, medyo
Mm.
mahirap, medyo mahirap siyang gawin for something that you create from scratch.
Mm.
Because again, you're paying yourself. But once you decide on an amount that you feel comfortable as a
Mhm.
contribution to yourself, and then the next important thing to do is to look longer term. Okay, magsa-start ka
Mm.
nagmula for now, pero what's your aim? I
Mm.
mean, in the next 6 months, dapat ganito na yung this is how much I have to sell in terms of
Mhm.
number of pieces, dozen. So that will compensate you enough, I think.
Mm.
Maganda yun, no? Yung sinabi mo, lalo na yung ano, to look, yung first part, obviously, yung, diba, yung pricing, yung pag-a-analyze noon, or kung ano man yung preparation. Pero yung look at it also in the longer term. Kasi, di ba, may mga nagsisimula, kapag naka-experience ng maliit yung balik, medyo tinatabangan eh.
Correct.
Diba? Tama ba yung term ko na tinatabangan? Or tatama rin na i-push yung business niya or yung ano niya. Kasi ito lang eh, barya lang to or what eh, di ba?
Tama, yeah.
So, okay. Well, that's good. It's good.
Alright. Meron uling mga pabati at saka may message. Kasi kanina nabanggit natin si husband. I think
Aba.
meron siyang message sa'yo. Oy, may pinapaalala. Cookies daw. Oo. Sino pa? Ito pa. John Soliman. Rap Sayan.
Ah.
Thank
Yan
you.
pa. Uy,
Oh.
from Sydney, Australia. Si
Yes.
Judy. Judy Baker.
Hi, Tita Judy.
Marilyn Rico Soliman. Hi, She.
Hello, Tita.
Grabe, no? Meron tayong mga nanonood from Australia. Alright.
Yes.
Big fan of Shelinda's Kitchen and Chunx Cookies from Canada.
Global.
Si Cecilia nasa Canada.
Yes. So they were able to try my cooking when they were here. So
Okay.
I also love hosting kasi. So yun nga,
Oo.
because I find cooking therapeutic for me. So it came naturally for me to host.
Okay pala tong yung mga meron palang mga taga-ibang bansa ang ginagawa pala, umu-order sa'yo tapos ipapadala doon sa mga kamag-anak sa
Families.
Pilipinas.
Yes,
Okay,
especially at the start of the pandemic kasi nga, to encourage their loved ones, their relatives, friends, to cheer them on that, kasi syempre maraming naapektuhan ng pandemic, just to cheer them on and, encourage them despite, this thing happening. So yeah, it's really, it's actually really a gift or parang inspiration and at the same time privilege to be part of those sweet thoughts by these people, encouraging people.
Uy, mayroon ka pang isa. Chunks fan here si Dayan
Hello,
Peralta
Dayan.
Banyares.
Yes.
Si Dayan. Kasama rin namin sa SFC yan dati.
Yeah.
The other cookie varieties. Shit.
Yeah. So for now, I have 3 bestsellers. Yung classic chocolate chunk cookies, and then I have the salted white chocolate macadamia. I also have the triple chocolate pecan. So a lot of people started asking me about, let's say, rolled oats, yung oatmeal cookies, yung mga with cranberry. So I actually have some new cookie variants available in the story highlights of our IG page. It's already there, but some of it I haven't really launched. But for example, I will be coming out with this classic chocolate chunk variant that has Oro curvature cookies. I haven't launched that. But it's gonna come out soon. And then one of the more newer cookie variants that we just came out with is the triple chocolate cream cheese almond. So
yun, nakita ko yan. Launch na ba yan o ano?
Yes.
Pwede na ba yan? Pwede na bang orderin yan?
Pwede na. Pwede na.
Parang
Grabe.
So, the triple chocolate cookie base namin for the triple chocolate, it's less sugar. It also has less flour, so more dark cocoa. So it's for those people who likes dark chocolate. At the same time, kasi it's less sweet, and then you have the flavor, intense flavor of the dark chocolate, and then you also have cream cheese just to have a contrast.
Wow.
It's not your usual cookie.
Pero mukhang masarap eh. It's not your usual, pero
kasi
order ako niyan Order na ako niyan. Pwede na daw eh.
Parang titingnan ko pa lang, lakas makahili.
A lot of people who tried that, nasarapan talaga.
May mga nakatikim na game. Order ako niyan.
I guess a follow-up question sa mga, since you talk about yung mga flavors or ano ba tawag yan? Different cookies. Variants. how long will it take or pag kami naisip kong bago or may mga recommendation, gaano katagal bago mo perfect mo yung yung new variant na yan?
Siguro kasi, like for the classic chocolate chunks, it took me about 10 tries to come up with that,
Okay.
for that perfect cookie for me, no? Yung ito na talaga. So right now, it's easier for me. Like for example, mga 3 tries lang. Yun. Kasi you have your basic cookie dough already. Kumbaga, alam ko na yung basic cookie dough. Adding up other ingredients in the cookie also affects the dough. Let's say, for example, yung cranberry oatmeal white chocolate chunks that will come out very soon. Cranberry affects the cookie dough very differently because of the moisture, of the sweetness, and then the fruity flavor. So you have to adjust also. And for the other variant that I mentioned earlier, yung Oro. Oro is it's a ano pala, no? It's a locally sourced chocolate from Davao. So
Uy.
medyo because I'd like to support local farmers in Davao, it's bean to
That's good.
bar company. And looking at their company, it really encouraged me to try that out because they actually buy the beans, the cocoa beans, at a higher price so that our farmers in Davao, in Mindanao, will have a chance to have a better living condition. So hindi sila kumbaga pinaparami ganun. So let's say for example, the curvature cookies also has different moisture content, fat content. So it also affects the cookie dough. So mga three batches kasi mag-a-adjust ka rin sometimes. Like for example, the length of the time that you cook it or the flour and sugar ratio, yung mga ganon.
Okay.
Pag sinabing ganyan yung 3 batches, ano yan? Mga in a few days lang, kuha na? Ganon?
Mga siguro 3 weeks. Kasi
okay.
I dedicate yung R&D, Nax, research and development. I only dedicate that on Mondays because for the rest of the week, I'm making orders naman from customers, diba? So, I don't really have the time. So, sometimes a month, ganon. So,
Okay.
tapos,
Ano yung tuwing Monday yung mga testing, yung mga experiment mo, mga gano'n?
as much as I can, I dedicate that to research.
Sarap siguro pag Monday kasama na si Shen, no? Bagong try.
Yung mga test. O kaya kahit yung mga nahulog lang dyan na baka
test
pwedeng
lang.
paingin.
So I give that out to people in the street or our guards, our staff.
That's good.
Alright. Okay. O tingin tayo uli ng ng comments and baka may mga shoutout ulit. Mga marami ka talagang fans siya eh. Tingnan natin. Judy Baker. I ordered for my friends who love the biscuits.
Yeah, in Australia, they call cookies biscuits.
Okay. So, hindi pareho lang ba talaga ang biscuit at saka cookie?
I think it's a matter of terminology. For Australia, they call it biscuit, but for us, it's different.
Sige. Tuloy natin. Si Claire Zara Galagan. Good job to all. And Tito Bajay from Bernie. Yun.
Thanks, Claire from Minnesota.
From Jay Soliman again. Si Hubby. What is the secret to having delicious Chunx cookies? Kung pwede sabihin, secret eh. Baka...
I think it's ang gusto niya isagot ko, it's a labor of love.
Yun!
Yun naman.
But it's true. When I'm not happy, parang hindi rin ako satisfied with my cookies. And I think, it's one of the things that you have to consider when you want to go, big time. Because how would you duplicate and replicate the kind of cookies that you make. Kasi for
Mm.
us, Chunks cookies is literally handcrafted each piece. So I make sure na
Wow.
as much as possible,
Mm.
this cookie has, the right amount of ratio of chocolate chunks and the dough.
Oo.
If there's other ingredients,
Mm.
nuts, I work with a lot of kind of nuts like macadamia, pecan. So how would you replicate that if you go big time?
Mm.
So that will be the challenge for me in the future.
Yun.
And then how
Kailangan
would you
talaga.
Wow.
for love? Dapat yung mag-bake din ng cookies if I will hire additional bakers should also give the kind of love that I give
Same
and
love. Tama, tama.
Mm.
Oh. Alright. Oh, best-selling, ano daw, best-selling cookie
Best
variant.
selling.
for now the classic because
Mm.
as I mentioned earlier, a lot of my customers like let's say in the past few weeks, 95% of them I don't know. They're new to trying Chunks cookies and they wanna start safely. So syempre they
Mm.
with the classic.
Mm. Mm.
Oh, sa
So
bagay yung pinaka ano no, yung kumbaga parang kahit anong cookie ano, parang yung chocolate chip cookie, no? Yun yung parang pinaka yun nga classic kaya talagang kumbaga parang you can never go wrong with it. No?
yes.
Kaya yung mga bumibili, yun ang unang ano. Alright. From Ana Maria San Martin. It's a very nice present for this coming Christmas.
Yes,
Oh,
watch out
di
for
ano.
the ano.
Ay,
We'll
oo nga,
come
sa
up with
Christmas.
yes, we'll come up with
Naku.
the bundle or promo for Christmas.
Uy, wow. Magiging busy ang Christmas mo, she.
Oo.
And
Santa Chunks daw, oh.
ha? Santa
Sabi
Chunks.
ni Ana
Ay, maganda
Maria,
yan.
Santa Chunks.
Catchy, no?
Uy, ano, may comment din. Oh, the new flavors make me giddy. Can't wait to order again. This week, order. Yeah.
Sige ba? Sure.
Oh. Okay, so eto Len, kasi 'di ba sinimulan mo yung business no. Right now lang no after ano pagpasok ng pandemic.
Mhm.
Makakapagbigay ka ba ng konting idea kung halimbawa meron ding ibang katulad na magsisimula din sa ganito, no? Mga tipong mga magkano ang ano, ang kailangan puhunan. Kasi 'di ba, I'm sure marami kang kailangang bilhin, pero siguro ikaw baka you have the other equipments already, no?
Yes.
Pero just to give an idea, if somebody wants to start to build something like this, mga magkano kaya ang kailangang ihanda? Kahit mga ballpark figure.
Yeah, for me it's very minimal because I already have an oven,
Mm.
like the basic tools I
Mm.
have. So yung puhunan ko maybe less than 1,000 pesos.
Wow!
Kasi remember,
Mm.
I was supposed to bake another batch for my family eh. Tapos that was the
Oo.
batch and then my husband just really pushed me to sell. So I decided, okay, the half batch I will sell in the village. So yun, it was less than 1,000. But for people, siguro ang masasabi ko if you want to start a business, it has to be something that you love or
Mm.
you're already doing already.
Mm.
Mm.
For people who loves to cook or to bake,
Mm.
so that minimal yung gagastusin. Otherwise, and there will be
Tama, tama.
along the way because you started doing that kind of thing for quite some time already. It will be very risky
Oo.
if let's say I just started baking now, ganon. Because you
Mm.
Mm.
definitely buy a lot of equipment. Let's say an
Mm.
oven or tapos
Mm.
baking is a precise science, no?
Mm.
Maiba lang yung let's say temperature of the butter, or let's say you run out, parang this store, they run out of this brand that you're using, so you get to try another brand, so that will also
Pwede
affect,
mag-iba.
yes, the outcome.
Mm.
Wow.
So if you're doing it already, then medyo minimal talaga yung puhunan.
Mm.
Mm.
Ayun, no? Oo, kasi halos lahat ng gamit meron ka na. Oo, kaya konti na lang yung so sa mga kasama natin dyan, mga nanonood na balak magsimula niyan, kung talagang mahilig ka na magluto, mahilig ka mag-bake, no? Diba? Katulad ni She, nagsimula lang sa 1,000.
Mm.
Ngayon, negosyo na tuloy-tuloy. No? Kaya sabi niya, kung talagang mahal mo ang pagluluto o pagbe-bake, try mo, 'di ba? Malay mo. Ito na ang negosyong nag-aantay sa iyo. Alright.
Yes.
Oo. So now is again, we would like to remind our viewers, no? Please like our page and share this post. Pinapanood nyo ngayon.
Yes.
Share nyo to o nakita nyo na, grabe tsaka yung mga comments ng mga ibang nanonood at mga nakatikim, sobrang sarap ng cookies, yan ang mapapanalunan nyo. Di ba? Kaya be sure that you like our page and you share this video. No? At huwag kalimutan na naka-public para makita naman namin na talagang shinare ninyo. No? Pero kung nahihiya kayo i-public at gusto nyo lang talagang i-share para lang tumulong sa amin, of course, we appreciate that. No? Pero kung gusto nyo sumali sa contest, kailangan naka-public para po makita namin kung sino-sino yung mga nag-share. Alright, so tuloy na natin. Teka, comments?
Additional comments.
Ano pa ba? From Angie Soliman, love, love, love is the main ingredient. Yes, ayun. Katulad nga ng binanggit ni She. Their cookies, really soft and moist, from Movet Patricia.
Hi, Tita Movet.
What about the export market? Oh.
Yeah,
Na-consider mo na
that's
ba yan?
kind of difficult right now. But I got, I'm getting a lot of requests actually from friends. But I just always tell them, when you come home, I'll just bake for you.
Di yata pwedeng yan no? Parang i-ship ng pang malayuan. Talagang dito lang, no?
Yes, because my cookies are actually soft bake. So soft and moist. So it's not the usual cookies na crunchy.
Pero kung halimbawa within the Philippines, kaya ba o talagang dapat dito lang sa yung land travel lang?
Oo. I haven't experienced sending
Visayas or Mindanao. Wala pa.
I haven't
within day delivery.
Pa lang sa Luzon. Let's say in Pampanga, Laguna, ganon. So it's really I think it also depends on the courier the courier that you can trust to really handle
kung pwede.
Yes.
Alright. Sige, ito may question ulit si Hubby. What to watch out for when someone wants to engage in this business? Ano daw ang may advice mo na kailangan you better watch out if you want to start?
Siguro yung first of all, you have to, before you start, gaya ng sinabi ko kanina, you have to have your pricing structure. Kasi when you look at, let's say, other people who's selling cookies, the ingredients that they might be using might not be the same ingredients that you're using. And then if you price it, let's say, a much lower because you want to compete, in the end, lugi ka pala or sobrang liit lang nakita mo. So no matter how much you sell, medyo mahirap na umangat or lumaki. In the same in the same way na if you price it naman masyadong mataas, so people will not buy. So
Mm.
it's really important to study first. Yung parang there has to be a sit down session with yourself
Mm.
to
Mm.
to study ano yung mga ingredients mo. You have to know each and every cost that you're gonna put in, and
Mm.
then the price that you're gonna sell it to. Like, and isa pang nakakalimutan might be the packaging.
Oo.
Mm.
Because yung packaging entails the box, the sticker, the
Mm.
parchment paper, yung mga ganon. And also you have to
Mm.
incorporate electricity, especially for a home
Mm.
baker, no? Minsan baka makalimutan yon. So you have to pay for the bills. You have to pay
Yes,
for the
yes.
electricity, water,
Mm.
and you have to pay yourself.
Yes, oo.
Mm. Yes.
Oo, kasi baka mamaya hindi ka sumusweldo, 'no? Oo,
Correct.
kailangan na nakakatikim ka rin ng sweldo na talagang sulit kasi siyempre pagpapaguran mo 'to, 'di ba? Lalabas
Oo.
ka ng pera, pagpapaguran mo oras, effort, 'no? So, kailangan siyempre maramdaman mo naman na kumita ako dito and 'di ba, tama lang din naman. Yung mahirap lang kasi minsan sa iba 'no, parang ano lang, ah, basta lang makapagsimula
Mm.
tapos yun nga, tama yung binanggit mo 'no, minsan bababaan lang yung presyo pero in the end, wala, hindi rin magtatagal kasi they did not see the value of their work. Mm, mm.
Yes, maybe another thing, because honestly, there's a lot of cookies in the market right now.
Mm,
Mm.
Sobrang dami talaga. I started selling in May. And then,
mm,
pero right now, sobrang biglang daming mushroom, nagkala talaga. So parang ganun yung
mm,
cookie business ngayon. The challenge for me is to really believe in the product and then
Mm.
reinvent. That's why I came up with a lot of flavors already. Because
mm,
I also need to compete. And I think for the pricing, I'm really confident with the pricing of our cookies right now.
mm,
Pero yon, you have to reinvent and then really satisfy your customers, especially in this day and age wherein one single negative comment can really affect
mm,
Mm.
your brand, diba? Because they
mm,
can look at the reviews, yung ganon. So, it's really important that you please your customers in terms of the response rate, when they have a
Mm.
question, when they have a concern. For example, and LG know about this, I got sick
mm,
in July. But
Mm.
then I had orders to fulfill because the orders that we get usually are advanced, no? 1 week in
mm,
advance,
Mm.
at the very least 2 days in advance. And then I suddenly got sick because of dengue. And it was really high
mm,
fever. But I can't tell the customer that, oh, sorry, I can't deliver your order because I'm sick. Because they already paid for their order. So it's really your
oo.
dedication, no, to your business. You have to fulfill that. Yon.
So
Siguro
you
that's
push through?
one thing you have. Yes. Oo. And then I didn't accept orders na
Wow,
lang
okay.
Oo, stop
the next
muna.
couple of days. Yes. But I don't want to disappoint them because a lot of people would really text me, "Oh, I'm excited to taste your
Mm. Yeah.
cookies." So you can really sense the excitement. Tapos sasabihin ko sa kanila, "Sorry, I'm sick." So for me,
Oo.
that's not acceptable because they
Wow,
already
okay.
paid. Usually the customers would pay at the very
Oo,
least 2 days or a day in advance. So
oo,
you have to really commit yourself when you want to start doing this business. Because
mm,
it's a service.
mm,
That's I don't know what to say. Parang it's a very talagang amazing yung effort doon. I guess a follow-up
oo,
lang dun, um, kasi you mentioned, right? I think you mentioned the price, obviously, yung labor and all. So, ang curious ako kapag yung consistency ng mga batches mo or what. is it because talagang ikaw lahat over end to end? You're over, I don't know if you're cooking again, overseeing or cooking, tasting end to end.
Yes.
You do the entire thing.
Oo. Ang hindi ko lang ginagawa
Mm.
ngayon logistics. So someone else is doing logistics. And then
Mm.
what I can delegate also is the social media, and then attend
Okay.
to queries and concerns so that I can focus on baking.
Mm.
Okay. Because that's very important, right? Diba? People always ask bakit ganito kasarap yung consistency ng yung food nyo or again ang cookies. So,
You have to
yeah,
keep it consistent. Tama. Yeah.
exactly. Okay. All right. Shall we? I have a follow-up question again. I guess ito na yung controversial question natin, LJ, no? And
Oo.
always, it's again based on your product. Let's make chunks of money. Kamusta ang kitaan? We talked about the pricing a while ago. Now we talk about how's the earnings or kamusta ang kitaan naman sa cookies ng Chunks cookies.
Okay. Yun masasabi ko, okay.
Okay,
I think
all
I
right.
was able to share earlier, no, na it depends on the volume that you're getting. So,
Okay.
kasi nga, I took a lot of consideration in terms of the pricing of my cookies. So if you sell less, definitely you'll earn less. But
Mm.
in terms of pricing per cookie and the margins per cookie, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy with the pricing structure for cookies right now.
Mm.
So the only thing that you have to consider is the volume. You have to have the volume so that
Mm.
maging happy ka, makompensate ka.
Mm-hmm.
Siguro I think I can't give a ballpark figure, but just for a comparison, let's say if we continue to sell the volume that we're selling right now until the end of the
Mm.
year, and I think for Christmas medyo tataas pa yon. So
Yeah.
Mm.
sabi ni LJ, mag-ano daw ako ng comparison no na. So siguro pwede nang bumili ng kotse
Talaga?
na sedan, ganon.
So, ibig
Wow.
sabihin, ito, pwede ring point of comparison to. Yung bang kinikita, pwede nang hindi ka na bumalik sa mga dati mong career. Pwedeng ito na?
Oo, pwede. Just as long
Mm.
as yung
The volume.
volume, you will be able to keep your volume. Kasi,
Mm.
so for example, a lot of your customers are new, and then let's say for example, a lot of customers, we started out with friends, in the
Mm.
community. Tapos, how do you sustain that?
Mm.
If we'll be able to sustain the amount of volume that we're getting right now, so maganda talaga, or maybe increase pa. So,
Mm.
pwede. It depends on, siguro, on me personally, kasi it depends on where you left off. I mean to say, you're standing before the pandemic. It depends,
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
diba? But I think it's reasonable. Pwede talaga.
Mm.
Considering that, but for us, it's different. Of course, I want to buy more. I mean to say, the capital expense is really important. Let's say I want to add an oven, or
Mm.
buy a motorcycle so that we have our own delivery. Kasi
Delivery.
for
Oo.
your partner, diba? So, that way you advertise, or maybe if I want to have a space later on, so it will be dedicated for that. Hindi ako bibili ng kotse.
Yan. Tama, tama.
So if
Oo.
it's towards improving and making your business bigger, di ba sabi nga, go big
Oo.
or go home.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really spend the money that I'm earning right now to personal stuff. So all I can think of is saving, and then so dapat isa-save ko part of it, but also a little bit of it will be dedicated to improving the equipment, the tools that we
Mm.
use,
Mm-hmm.
and hiring more people.
Okay.
Right.
We talk.
Oo.
Sorry, may follow up na ako, LJ, no? We talk about kasi
Sige
you
lang, sige
mentioned na
lang.
nga you mentioned na yung again on this chunks of money volume specific, di ba? How important in your business yung networking? I mean, network again, you have good network, may it be on a supplier and also in a supplier and also in terms of selling or marketing? Is that does that play a big part in terms of your business?
I think, for a start, yes. Because,
Okay.
example, um, I started the Facebook and IG page of Chunks Cookies. Of course, in the beginning, there will be minimal followers. So, your
Mm.
friends would help, or the community can help. You can sell it in the village and the nearby villages. So it's important that you have your network as well. But if not, there's a lot of ways. There's a lot of ways to start your business because, as I mentioned earlier, Facebook is there, Viber group is there, you can
Mm.
advertise.
Mm.
Then, 'di ba ngayon uso yung marketplace sa Viber,
Oh.
or
Ah, okay.
and then the villages. So, like for example, for us, personally in our household, I order seafood from instead of going to the palengke. So,
Mm.
that means that the other sellers are also there in that community. So, there's a
Mm.
lot of ways
Mm.
talaga to help people start their business right now.
Okay.
Alright. Okay, so punta tayo uli sa comments and questions. Ayan. When can we taste your cookies, Chef? From Joe.
Si Tito
And best
Joe.
regards from Tita Cora daw.
Hi, Tita
Ayan.
Cora.
Ah.
Yeah, when you come here in if it's allowed already.
Oo nga.
They usually come to Manila in December.
Commitments, another key for success from Ana Maria.
Yes.
Who does your
Oh.
logistics now?
So I pay someone to do the logistics now. My daughter
Ah.
helps me.
Ah.
Ah.
So I partnered with Happy Move, is a competitor of Lala Move. Um,
Mm.
so it's the
Okay.
same company with Joyride. So this is another advantage because so they partnered with me, and they give priority so that we don't have
Mm.
to book one by one.
Oo
Um,
nga.
Mm.
they
Okay.
have a
Matagal
dedicated
din
person.
yun.
Oo, matagal. In the beginning, that was really difficult for us.
Mm.
But right now, it's so much easier because they allotted the team for me, and then I have one contact
Mm.
person with the courier company, and then who takes care of the logistics. But my
Mm.
daughter helps me also in the
Mm.
logistics, and she's just
Ah.
12 years old.
Ah, okay.
Wow.
Starting them young.
Yes.
Oo.
So she
Galing.
encodes the addresses, mga ganon.
Ito may question from Rian. Rian or Ryan?
Rian,
Do
yeah.
you accept reseller to sell in Bulacan?
I actually got a number of queries about resellers.
Mm.
Um, and then I actually throw back the question to them. It depends on how much you want to earn per piece or per dozen. So I think that can be arranged. It's just a matter of how much you're willing to earn per dozen. Kasi kung
Mm.
masyadong malaki, and then that will mean
Mm.
cutting my prices as well. So maybe we can talk. So maybe you can reach out to me in our IG page and Facebook page, so we can discuss further.
Yun.
Yun.
Yeah, open pala si
Ayan, ayan.
Chef. Reseller. Yan. So you can check them out. Check Instagram and Facebook. Facebook is Shalinda's Kitchen. No?
Yes.
Tapos sa Instagram,
Mm.
Chunks Cookies. Yan. Pwede mong PM. Yan.
There's
From
another message.
Olive
Ayan,
Salomon. Yoo-hoo, the celebrity cookie mommy. Galing-galing,
Yeah.
She. Surely
Hi,
it's the
Tita.
bestest chunky cookie in town. Can't wait. Can't wait to get a bite.
Yeah, looking forward to having you back here in the Philippines. We were supposed to have a family reunion before
Mm,
we were arranging for something big, and of course hindi
mm.
matutuloy because of this. So when
Mhm.
everything is fine, so we can all be together and you can finally taste the cookies.
Mm. Alright. Na-cover na ba natin? Okay. Okay, so eto, probably this could be the last question unless may mga pahabol pa,
Mm.
no? So, eto lang, no, kasi I understand that your business was born practically nitong pandemic. Although, yun nga, di ba, matagal ka nang nagluluto at nagbe-bake. Pero talagang yung pag-open nito, pandemic talaga, no? So siguro parang hindi ko na siguro tatanungin kung paano yung adjustment mo kasi yun nga eh, talagang born from pandemic. Pero meron kasi ako nakita sa Instagram post mo na ano, yung naka-mask ka tapos may face shield, no? I think that's one of your
Yes.
uh, activities or ewan ko kung ano naging event mo doon, no, na may kinalaman sa frontliners. So,
Yes.
would you like to share sa ating audience kung ano bang kwento ng post na 'yon?
So hindi ako yon. Picture yon ng isang nurse sa San Lazaro
Hmm.
Hospital. So, to give a backstory,
Mhm.
even before I was selling my cookies, um, we started a drive to donate PPEs. And a lot
Mhm.
of our
Mm.
relatives who commented in this session also contributed. So, parang we
Mm.
heard from from friends that there are some hospitals who's having difficulty obtaining their PPEs or medyo
Mm.
mahirap talaga nung start. This was around
Mhm.
last week of March and April. So we said, oh, maybe we can do a donation
Yan yung
drive to
akala ko
help.
ikaw, oh.
Oo,
Mhm.
kamukha ko ba? So yun, we started donating PPEs in March and then in
Ah.
April. And then again, nung nag-cookies na ako, um, ayan, nag-donate ako ng cookies. And then part of our profits then, we donated for PPEs. Like mga
Mhm.
masks, ganon.
Iyon.
So, I mentioned kayo na, di ba, when I was trying recipes before finalizing a cookie variant. So, sa kanila ko binigay yung mga cookies. Pero masarap
Mm.
naman kasi, masarap din naman talaga yung mga, along the way before finalizing a cookie variant. So, yan, to make them happy. So, we sent cookies in, I think 2 or 3 batches along
Mm.
with PPEs, mga face shields. Yan. So this was in San Lazaro Hospital. So, pero meron pang iba, hindi na nag-post. Ang nag-post lang kasi yung sa San Lazaro Hospital. Medyo maganda yung
Mhm.
mga pictures.
Meron ding ibang hospital na
That we
ano.
donated the PPE. So, but yung
That's good.
ito yung San Lazaro. And then also yung sa San Lazaro kasi very recently lang yon. I was talking to one of the nurses and they were kind of overwhelmed talaga because so she was able to share with me that in fact yung COVID, let's say yung COVID tent nila where they
Mm.
accommodate or treat patients with COVID,
Mhm.
San Lazaro Hospital has 8 tents, COVID ward, as they call it. But she
Mm.
was able to share with me na, a lot of the frontliners are becoming infected as well. And then, in
Mm.
fact, they're going to build additional COVID wards, tents, just
Mm.
to accommodate more patients. And, it was kind of, heartbreaking.
Mm.
So,
Mhm.
and then, so we decided, maybe I should bring them some joy.
Iyon,
Parang
oo nga.
break
Yun.
naman, pampasaya.
Oo. Iyon. Alright. Oh, so from Angie Soliman, keep the good work. Thank you for making us proud.
Thank you, Tita Angie.
Oh. Galing,
really,
galing, di ba?
really, ano, no, ang ganda na story na yun, no? You have your business. I mean, you're not just considering the profits, but giving back to the community or helping out the people,
Oo.
especially in this, ano, di ba? In this situation. So,
Thank
yeah,
you.
galing, ang galing.
Alright, so meron pa bang pahabol? Mga comments dyan, no? Bago tayo mag-close. Okay, so siguro, She, any last words para
Yes.
ano, words of wisdom na ma-share mo sa ating audience?
Siguro in terms of starting a business, do something that you love doing. Ma-share ko lang, aside from cooking, mahilig ako maglinis. So in fact,
Hmm.
there was a time iniisip ko, what if I start a business na cleaning? Kasi
Mm.
I find joy din pag naglilinis. Tapos, looking at the place na malinis, ganon. But that didn't push through. And isa pa sa gusto kong gawin, magluto. I find
Mm.
joy in cooking and baking. So, maybe ang advice ko is, do something where you find joy in.
Mm.
So that, because, baking, for example, it's really exhausting and physically draining sometimes because of course you have to adjust your waking hours. Kumbaga dati nagigising ako 7 or 8. Pero ngayon I have to wake up extra early, and then there are times when we have a lot of orders, I sleep at 2 a.m. So
Mm.
it's really physically draining. So, but I can't complain because I'm doing something that I love, and hindi ko
Mm.
talaga na feel stress ako ganon. So, my advice my advice is do something that you love so that
Mm.
less yung stress kasi
Mm.
again, because you're doing something that you love. So, yun. Whatever it is it making dresses? Is it
Mm.
planting? Is it cleaning, 'di ba? So, or
Mm.
is it talking to people? So, first of all, you have to identify something that you love or something that you're good at. And
Mm.
then I think we all know that saying na do something that you love, and you'll realize in the end that you're not working. You don't have to
Mm.
work a single day of
Alright.
Nice.
Maraming salamat. Oh.
Thank you for inviting me, and I really hope that I was able to somehow inspire some of your listeners. And
Yes, yes.
I wish etong podcast, I wish you all the best and more power to you. I wish you success so that you'll be able to inspire more people and help people parang earn more, no?
Mm.
Especially in this time
Mhm.
of pandemic we're in. It's a lot of people are really down, but there are other
Oo.
ways to earn. So
Oo.
I wish you more power.
Thank you, thank you. And we wish you the best also sa iyong business. Kaya naman din namin sinishare yung mga kwento nung katulad nung sa kwento mo. Yun nga, para maengganyo din ng karamihan sa iba sa atin na baka nga nadadown na nga, di ba? O baka mga nawalan ng trabaho. Hoping na, di ba, baka may makita sila. Kasi may mga kilala din ako, mahilig din magluto. Pero, alam mo yun, yung mga tipong, siguro gaya nung nagsisimula ka, takot din magsimula, kung paano ba to, gagawin ko nga ba to, di ba? So, hopefully, and I believe, no, na yung mga nanonood, I'm sure meron siyang na-inspire to start a business as well, or to at least do something na to help, di ba? And to be a blessing. Yan. So, siguro siya, ano mo na ngayon, share mo na siguro, saan yung, ano yung mga, mo, invite mo sila to your business.
Yes.
So you can follow our page in Instagram. It's in Facebook. It's facebook.com/Shilinda's Kitchen. You just type in Shilinda's Kitchen, and if it's in Instagram, you can search for Chunks Cookies. That's
Mhm.
chunks.cookies or hashtag Chunks Cookies, and you will find us there. So send us a message for any inquiry, for anything that we can help you with in starting a business or maybe ordering. So just
Mm.
drop us a message there.
All right.
Ay, okay.
So
Thank you.
again, maraming salamat sa pag-share ng iyong kwento, and o-order kami. Oo.
Sure
Tsaka
yan.
yung premyo natin, manggagaling yan sa Chunx Cookies, no? So abangan nyo, ipi-PM namin yung mga mapipiling winners. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Jay.
Dami na namang new things na daming bagong natutunan.
Oo.
Lagi natin pinag-uusapan, ano ba, transition ba tayo from ganito, from employment to ba tayo ng business or what? Pero dami. Ibig sabihin, every week, di ba? From every...
nakaisip ka na ba ng doing something you love? Gaya nga ng sinabi ni She.
Oo, di ba?
Yeah.
Something that, sabi nga niya, therapeutic sa kanya yung pag-bake ng cookies, or yung isa nga niya naisip, yung cleaning services or paglilinis.
Oo.
Galing eh. So,
yun. Isa yun sa mga, siguro, one of the best lessons that we learned from tonight.
Exactly.
If you do something you love, hindi siya nagmumukhang parang work. Diba kung iisipin natin yung naging schedule ni She noon, diba, na nagwo-work siya. Ito, wala pa yung business niya eh, diba, nung time na yun. Nagwo-work siya, tapos pagdating sa gabi, nagbe-bake pa. Diba, kung tutuusin, diba, pagkagaling ka sa work, minsan pagod ka na. Diba, pero nakakapag-bake pa siya at masaya siya. Diba? So, kaya iba rin talaga yung nagagawa nung doing what you love, na hindi mo mararamdaman yung pagod.
Yeah, and then I think, diba, the other part here, yung, again, we talk about it before, then yung support diba? I guess, yun nga, sabi rin niya, it's her husband talaga nagpo-push sa kanya na mag-start ng business simula. So, clearly, maganda rin na may support system and may agapay ka lagi or someone who's really, who could help you out in terms of yung endeavor na yun. So, dami ka na pick up ngayon na yung iba akala mo basic pero 'di ba hindi things na kailangan nandun lagi. So very informative and a lot of things that we got. I mean, personally ako tayo natutunan.
All right. Okay. So last reminders, so ito, again, we invite you to like our page, lalo na kung nagustuhan nyo ang aming episode ngayong gabi. Please be sure to like our page and subscribe to our YouTube channel. At para hindi nyo ma-miss, ito weekly kami weekly, every Saturday, 8:30 PM. Para hindi nyo ma-miss, pag-click nyo ng subscribe, meron dyang notification bell, paki-click na rin yon para ino-notify kayo na,
Ito na yun
magsisimula na uli ang next episode. Yan. All right.
Meron
So,
ano ba next week? What to expect next week? Meron pa ba tayong
next week, more ano bang tawag dyan? More ideas on our income streams. Yeah.
Okay. So, I guess we'll see them next week. So, again, maraming salamat sa inyong paikinig. Magsama-sama tayo ulit next week dito sa Piecast. Pero yan pag-usapan natin yan.